What?
It's time now for My Two Favorite Librarians, brought to you by the Yale's Grand Market, located in beautiful, historic downtown Amherst.
Hi, this is My Two Favorite Librarians. I'm Denise Corey.
I'm Chantel Taylor, and today we're talking about beach reads.
Beach books, beach books. I'm so excited.
This is prime vacation time.
Well, we're recording this in advance because right now I am hopefully laying on a beach reading books. This is my entire vacation plan.
I am no doubt putting out fires, hopefully figuratively and not literally.
I really hope that they are figurative flyers. So before we start, just right off the bat, I want to let everybody know that the Nova Scotia government has given us masks that we can distribute to people. We can give up to 2 masks per person. I don't know if we're going to get another shipment of these. So first come, first serve. When they're gone, they're probably gone. Yeah.
And they are going fast.
We went through 400 masks on Friday.
And Saturday.
Yeah. And we even have youth masks.
Yes, we do have kids' masks.
Yeah. So they're all just plain black. So
They are adjustable too.
Yeah.
The elastics are adjustable and they're reusable.
Yeah,
you can wash them.
That I should have started with that. So if you need a mask, which, I mean, if you're going anywhere, you need to have a mask. So we do have them. We have them in Advocate, Amherst, Parsboro, Pugwash, and Spring Hill. So you can pick them up there. If they're out, we may be able to get them more. I don't know. Yeah. So I just wanted to start with that.
Yes.
And
I've been hearing about it everywhere. I was at the liquor store the other day and they were telling people coming, because Friday was the first day with masks. You can get a mask at the library. Pharmacies were telling people, so yeah, they are going quick.
They're going fast. But hopefully I won't have to deal with any of it because I'm going to be laying on a beach in New Brunswick reading books.
Exciting.
Yeah. If you could see my face right now. So let's talk about beach reads. When I think about beach books, I think about something that is either super trashy or super action-packed. I want just enough plot to keep it interesting. I don't want a lot of characters. I don't want to have to track them. I don't want to have to, memorize a bunch of things.
So you're not reading Game of Thrones on the beach?
No. I want a book I can put down and go for a swim. I want something that won't make me think too hard. Just light, fun.
Relaxing.
Yeah. I'm not bringing Les Miserables with me.
I don't blame you.
It has a lot of characters and is also like a doorstop. So, yeah, not coming with me. Although I did make it to page 268.
Nice.
Motoring right along.
Maybe by this time next year you'll be done.
I'm not going to
guarantee
take bets on that. No.
I feel like you're going to hit a block when they start going into the history leading up to the revolutions or the student revolts or whatever they were, not the revolution.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see what's happened. So far, Fantine is still alive. I assume that she dies.
She must be hanging on for dear life.
She's not doing well. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm not reading that on my vacation. I'm just not.
All right. So what are you reading?
Oh, it's a hard choice. So right now, I have about 1 million books out from the library. Actually, that's obviously an exaggeration, but I do actually have 46 books home right now from the library. So I am going to pick from among those, but I'm going to bring probably 10 books with me for a week's vacation.
Do you think that's enough?
I don't think that I'm going to read 10 books.
But what if 6 of them you don't like?
Yeah, this is why I'm bringing multiple.
You might want to bring 20.
I'm just going to show up with a suitcase.
With sunscreen and a bathing suit and books.
And a suitcase full of books. It's like, all right then. Yeah, so I have a variety of things. But they're kind of all over the place. So I'm going to make a stack. I'm going to bring True Grit with me.
Interesting.
Never read True Grit.
You're bringing some romance with you?
I'm going to try A Week to Be Wicked. I still have that Tessa Dare book at home. Yeah, I don't know. The stack has changed 3 or 4 times because I'm like, oh, I want to read this. Maybe not. So, yeah, we'll see. I can't tell you. I can't tell you until it's done.
Okay. So as not a beach reader,
because you don't like sunshine or outside.
No, I don't like either of those things. I'm now fading my dog walking tan. I'm really cranky about it. I had to look at some lists on the internet.
To be clear, you're cranky about having a tan, not that it's fading. Other people get cranky because their tan is fading.
No,
you're
I'm
cranky
trying
because
to
you
fade
got
it.
a tan.
Yeah, I'm now staying indoors. I've thrown out my sunscreen. I've now got more sunscreen because I'm wondering if it was like not quite up to snuff. Anyway, slathering myself in a 60, putting my hat on, going outside.
Trying not to go outside.
So I was looking at books of beach reads, and I'll post a couple of lists in our My Two Favorite Librarians page so you can see where I got my lists from. So first of all, there's a book called Beach Read by Emily, and I did not write her last name down. That was ridiculous.
What foolishness.
I know. I'll Google that in a minute. So basically, it's a book about 2 writers, a best-selling romance writer and a best-selling literary fiction writer. Would you like to guess which one is the man and which one is the woman? Mm-hmm. So they knew each other in college. They didn't like each other. They end up next door to each other in cottages, and they bet you write a happy book and you write the next great American tragedy, and they help each other write the opposite books.
Trading.
Yeah, they're trading off sort of genres. And this is a recommendation from Jen. She texted me and said, oh, have you read this book? And I was like, it sounds pretty angsty for me. She was like, no, it's really good. And they do a really good job, apparently, handling that sort of women writing romance and men writing like literature.
Serious fiction.
So Beach Read by Emily, no last name.
I'm
going to Google it.
Google it right now.
Pause, Ron. I've got 5 texts. Beach Read. Okay, so Beach Read by Emily Henry.
Emily Henry. Maybe I'll add that to my list.
You're going to have to go. I've just put it on the rush shelf because there's somebody ahead of me, so you're going to be behind someone else.
Then it's not going to make it to my vacation.
Big Summer by Jennifer Weiner. How do we pronounce her last name?
Weiner.
Okay.
And I love her. I love her books.
I feel like I've read the dog walking one where the lawyer gives up her job to become a dog walker and the sister's always stealing her stuff. I can't remember what it called. It's something about In Her Shoes.
In Her Shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also live tweets The Bachelor. So she has like a really interesting Twitter where she talks about what you were just talking about for the last book, where women writers are often looked down on because that's chick lit, as opposed to saying that it's literature that resonates with women. They have to give it a derogatory term. And then she tweets about The Bachelor, and everything she does, I'm just like, you're awesome.
She sounds delightful.
Yeah, you should follow her.
I wonder if she's on Instagram. Party for Two by Jasmine Guillory. She is one of my favorite romance writers that I've never...
The Wedding Date? The Wedding...
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's written a couple of books. She wrote one at Christmas time about... was a bit kind of Meghan Markle inspired. But it was about her...
Hard to say. Say that 5 times fast.
No, we'll do that on Tongue Twister Tuesday.
Julie will put you on Tongue Twister Tuesday.
But it was about her mom. So her mom is coming over and falls in love with like one of the royal staff. I think that's what it was called. It was called like Wedding Party or something. But Jasmine Guillory, I love her. You should read all of her books.
That sounds fun.
Another book that I'm hearing a lot about, I've heard it on a couple of different romance podcasts, and I just put it in my cart to order, is You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. And it's about a telenovela actress who has a very messy breakup with her boyfriend, and she swears off men, and then, of course, gets paired up with a very, sexy actor, and hijinks ensue. And I'm hearing marvelous, marvelous things about it. All the Adults Here by Emma, I don't know how to pronounce it, Straub?
Straub, yep.
Already optioned for a TV series.
What else did she write? Because I'm sure I've read something by her. Don't you have all of this memorized?
Emma, no.
Don't you know everything?
Emma Straub. Books. The Vacationers, Modern Lovers.
The Vacationers, that's one I read. Yeah.
Another one that I just put in our cart to order is called, I'm clicking my pen, Real Men Knit by Kawana Jackson.
I want to read that.
It sounds amazingly good.
I don't even care what it's about. I want to read that.
I've got it in our White Hots cart. Another one that we've talked about the last couple of weeks was Red, White, and Royal Blue. That's another hard one to say.
So I am about halfway through that book right now, and my loan from Overdrive has run out, and there are people waiting to read it, so I can't finish the book.
Did you try it on Overdrive or Hoopla?
No, I didn't. I'll try
it on Hoopla. Are you enjoying it?
I am. It's cute.
Yes.
It is. It would be a good beach read. Yes.
So Red, White, and Royal Blue, another tongue twister by Casey McQuiston.
Yes, the Prince of Wales, I guess.
It's sort of like the Prince William, but not really.
And then the... So the Prince of England and the President's son get together.
I think we talked about it last week or the week before.
We talked about it in the books about royalty, but I'm still reading it because here's the thing. Since they opened the Atlantic bubble, my reading has slowed way down.
Another book that I think you've got in your pile, Daisy Jones and the Six.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
By Taylor Jenkins Reid. Last year, we both read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn
Hugo.
I was going to say Hughes. And we both loved it.
That book was so good.
I tried to read Daisy Jones and the Six. Didn't like it because of the format. So it's supposed to be kind of a loosely based on Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac. Very loosely based.
Inspired by.
Yes. Much like Evelyn Hugo was inspired by like Elizabeth Taylor, Ava Gardner.
Yeah. Several
actresses, yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah. I have that on my list.
Oh, excellent. By Carrie Winfrey. So it's another kind of rom-com.
Has a new book coming out. I know because I just ordered it.
Oh, nice.
And I cannot remember what it was called.
So one that I'm seeing on a lot of people's lists, I believe it's YA. It's called Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I believe it's YA. And it's about two sisters who don't know each other until there's a plane crash that kills their father. And then they meet each other.
That does not sound like a beach read to me. That sounds sad.
It's been on several people's lists.
It sounds
Not
sad.
everybody wants to read fun stuff on their beach reads. Let me finish. So this book is loosely based.
She's pointing her finger at me.
I watched an interview with the author, and it's loosely based on a plane crash that happened just after 9/11. And it was a plane that crashed on its way to the Dominican. And I'd never heard of it. But of course, she is part of the Dominican community, and it had this incredible ripple through. Had nothing to do with 9/11, but crashed the next day or something, and had this massive effect on this community. So I've seen it on 2 or 3 different beach reads lists. And I'd like to say for those of you who are looking for a beach read, I have one of the ladies in my book club who takes on a big book. She read Dune one summer, which is a big book with lots of characters and lots of things happening.
And huge world building, because you've got those like worm things
And I believe the next summer, she took on the second book in the series. So maybe you want to tackle one big book for the summer instead of a bunch of little tiny ones.
I'm still not carrying Les Miserables around with me.
You need a vacation from it, I understand.
I need a vacation from my book. So since the bubble opened, I've been doing a lot of traveling into New Brunswick and seeing some friends. And so I'm still at 56 books completed.
You don't need to mention it every week. It's fine.
How many books have you read?
I've read 32.
I just want to mention it because I'm ahead of you.
But nobody cares but you.
No, that's true. It's Chantel. Chantel and the other one.
I have a couple more I want to mention. I just
Okay.
flipped my page. So during quarantine, all the Americans were talking about normal people.
Oh, yeah, Sally Rooney.
Yes. I don't know how or if it's here in Canada, like what streaming platform or what channel, but if you heard about it, maybe read the book. Again, probably not a fun, happy read.
I don't think so.
More like a one day.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is.
David Nichol.
Thank you. Also, one of my favorite books that I've read in the last, which would be a really good beach read, and I highly recommend the audiobook, is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert.
And the second book is
Yes.
coming out.
No, it's out.
Okay.
I think we have a copy of it.
Do we have it already?
Yeah. Called Take a Hint, Danny Brown.
Yeah.
These are amazingly good. Talia Hibbert is an amazing romance author. And I listened to Get a Life, Chloe Brown while I was walking the dog and getting a tan, which I didn't want. And I had mentioned this book like months ago, maybe before quarantine. And I had it home in quarantine and was just like, no, I don't want to read this. I don't want to read anything. And anyway, it's about a young woman. She's got fibromyalgia and it's really debilitating. And she's lost all her friends. Her family is very supportive. She's got, started a business for herself so she can work from home and sort of deal with her, like this debilitating issue. And she has a near-death experience where she almost gets hit by a car. And she's
Okay,
like,
this does not sound happy enough
but
for
no,
me.
it does get no. She's...
But no. It's more depressing than a Canadian book.
No, it's not. It's very quirky and lovely, and like her grandmother is this real character, and she's got two other sisters. And what happens is she makes a list of all these things she wants. She's like, if I die, I don't want my obituary to be boring. I want it to be good. And so she makes a list of all these things that she wants to do, like go camping, like travel with just a carry-on, like ride a motorcycle. So she has all these sort of like things, because she used to be a really super fun person, and then she got sick, and people were like, oh, I don't want to deal with you anymore.
Those people are terrible.
So it's a really cute, they're a very wealthy family. And so she moves out on her own. That's the first thing. And she ends up sort of taking up with the building super, whose name is Red, I'm pretty sure. And he's an artist. And she helps him sort of get his website going. And he helps her with her list, which includes other things I can't mention on the radio.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Completely delightful.
Maybe I should read Wolf Gone Wild.
Oh, you should.
You are far too excited by that.
So good.
Do we own a paper copy?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right, now I'm going to borrow more things from the library. That's good. Well, you can have up to 100 books out. So, yeah, I'm going to, I might as well just sign up.
Take another
100.
50.
Yeah, exactly. So, updates. The Advocate Library is offering grab and go. The Forefathers Library in Amherst is open reduced hours. Starting this week, we will be opening on Tuesday as well, so we'll be open Tuesday to Saturday. Oxford has a satellite location at the medical center that is offering grab and go. You must call ahead for an appointment. Parsboro Library is open Fridays and Saturdays. Pugwash Library is offering grab and go. And Spring Hill is now open on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yay.
I suggest that you check our website. Our hours are listed on there because they change, and our social media in case anything needs to be closed. We are a little bit short-staffed, so it seems to be that we have to sort of shut things down if somebody is ill and needs to take a day off. We also have Borrow by Mail. It is available to anybody in Cumberland County. So if you can't come into the library or you don't feel comfortable coming into the library, we will mail you books, DVDs, jigsaw puzzles, whatever fits into a mailer bag. We will mail to your house or P.O. box or whatever your mailing situation is. And we have Overdrive and Hoopla, so you can get ebooks, audiobooks, movies, TV shows, music online for free with a library card.
Summer Reading Club is still happening. There's still time to come in and get your summer reading journal and put in ballots for prizes. We'll be taking ballots till I think the 23rd of whatever the Wednesday is, 23rd of August at 5 p.m. So you can email us ballots at information@cumberlandpubliclibraries.ca or give us a call. We are not taking physical ballots, but staff will fill them in and put your ballots in for you. So get your ballots in and join Julie on Facebook. She's continuing to do daily programs, songs, stories, crafts, tongue twister Tuesdays.
The Tongue Twister Tuesday with Adam was delightful. They did a German tongue twister and a Latin tongue twister.
Of course they did.
And Adam had time, he had come up with these tongue twisters. He had time to practice. Julie did better than he did.
Of course.
Yeah.
He was probably nervous because of the camera.
Yeah, and Julie is very used to the camera now because she's doing it every day.
That's right.
Right now, I am reading Tidelands by Philippa Gregory.
Oh,
So
that was on a list for summer beach read.
Well, I wouldn't call it a beach read, but when we were talking about royalty, we had talked about Philippa Gregory because obviously she wrote a lot of books about royalty. So this one came across, I saw it the other day. It's a new audiobook. So the hard copy of the book came out in November of last year, I think. And so then I've got the audiobook now. And it's set in England in 1648. This woman named Eleanor, she's got 2 kids. She might be a widow. She's not sure. Her husband never came back. Is he dead? Did he disappear? They're living kind of a hand-to-mouth life, and she meets a handsome stranger. Except I don't think it's going to go the way we think it is, because he is also a Catholic priest at the time when Catholicism is against the law.
Okay.
And that's as far as I've gotten in it so far, but I'm pretty sure she's going to be accused of being a witch. Because she knows how to use herbs, and she's a woman without a husband who, doesn't necessarily think the way the other people in her village in 1648. It's also the first book in the Fair Mile series. The second book comes out next November.
I am reading Vanessa Yu's Magical Paris Tea Shop by Roselle Lim. It's a new book we just got in. And again, on the weekend, we got it in last week. I looked at it as I was unpacking books. And I thought, oh, this looks cute. I might read this. And then over the weekend, I saw it in a couple of book lists. And I was like, okay. So I've grabbed it off the bookshelf to read during my lunch hours.
Have you started it?
Yes, I have.
Is it starting well?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I actually purchased the audiobook so I could listen to it instead of holding up the copy. Mm-hmm. But it's about a young woman who's a tea reader.
Oh.
And she gives very accurate prophecies. It sort of runs in her family. And her last cousin has just gotten married, and her mother is really pushing, trying to set her up with someone, and she doesn't want it. And so she runs away with her Aunt Evelyn to Paris, where she sort of embraces her gift because her Aunt Evelyn has the gift as well.
What time period is this set?
Contemporary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a modern.
Okay.
She's like an accountant.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's very delightful.
She's probably not going to be accused of being a witch.
No. I mean, she could be, but it would be probably different results. It would probably be like in a hospital instead of burning at a stake.
Right.
I don't think that's where the story's going.
So, follow us on social media. We have My Two Favorite Librarians group on Facebook. We would love to chat books with you there. Chantel's going to post some of the lists that she was talking about. And sometimes we do videos.
Probably it'll be in September.
Fall. Yeah. It's harder to find time now that we're actually coming into work and doing things. But those videos is mostly us being cranky anyway. So there are still some on there if you wanted to watch us be cranky and talk about knitting. We're also on Instagram and Twitter, and you can find our handles on our website, which is
www.cumberlandpubliclibraries.ca.
And next week, what are we going to talk about?
We're talking about robots in various media. You had books, but I'm expanding it.
Burp, beep, burp, burp, burp.
No.
No. Okay. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
My Two Favorite Librarians, brought to you by the Copper Tree Boutique in Dales Grand Market, located in beautiful, historic downtown Amherst.